Hello and welcome to For the Birds with the Richard Cole. Thanks for being here today. It's great to see you again.
It's great to be here, too.
We're all color coordinated without even thinking about it.
It's magic.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're on the same wavelength today, and we've got an exciting show, right?
We do, yeah. All kinds of things to talk about.
We've got a big reveal today. Are
Yes.
you excited?
Yes. This is one of the things I look forward to each year because it's something we started and it's just grown, and it's such a beautiful publication.
It really
We're very
is.
proud of it. So.
Yeah, so we are going to reveal the pictures that made it into the Coles 2026 calendar. We had more entries this year than ever before. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah.
No.
A lot of entries.
Wow.
It was so tough. Luckily, I am not among those who decide, but wow, there was so much competition.
It was. And I bet you we have a good selection again this year, don't we?
Oh, yeah, I bet. So let's talk about the fall slowdown. We're going to talk about the fall slowdown on today's show. That's always a thing, right?
That is a requirement to talk about this time
Yeah.
of year because I look back to when I first got into the bird feeding business, or not the business, when I was doing it myself, and I got my feeders out and things started happening, and all of a sudden the birds just quit coming, and I was freaking out.
So
I
we're
had
going to
no
have
idea
some
what's going on.
words of reassurance during today's show.
Fall slowdown.
Yeah.
It just seems like all of a sudden this time of year, there's a lot of natural food out there. All the seeds and weeds and trees that produce things, it's all ripe now.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about more what the competition is just later in the show. We're also going to have a little bit on hummingbird migration and the fake spider webs. Is it much ado about nothing, or should you really be concerned about these fake spider webs? We're going to answer those questions for you, right?
Well, it's Halloween time, so we should talk about that.
Yeah. So now we need a drum roll.
Okay.
So we're going to talk about the Coles calendar. We're going to start with January 2026 and show you what it looks like. Look, this is a brown-crested flycatcher by Caroline Ross. Do you know how old Caroline is, Richard?
No.
Well, we have talked to her. She entered last year, and her picture made it to the semifinals. She was only 16. Now she's 17, and her picture actually not just made the calendar, but it won first place. So we are so impressed. She is just, you know how she learned about Coles? She saw your videos on YouTube.
Oh.
Yeah, she was doing research.
Great.
She saw one of Richard's videos. It was about cedar waxwings getting drunk. And she has this passion for taking pictures of birds. Her mother bought her a camera just to sort of give her something to do, and she just took off with it and ran.
Well, she did good.
Yeah, didn't she?
And I like the subject bird, too. It's not like...
Do you? Yeah, it's different.
It's just a little different bird. Nice.
Yeah. I think she told me that she had like one shot at this. She got in the car and she saw that and she just started clicking. So anyway, great shot. Now let's go to February. See what that looks like. Look at this photo. So pretty. This is by Berlin Pullen, and these are tree swallows. Just gorgeous.
And a good distinction between male and female right there. Not all birds are distinguished like that. Some birds look the same species, but there we go.
I'm guessing the bluer one is the male.
That's a good guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Isn't this just such, you can just see the love in their eye, right?
Yeah.
So that is going to be February of 2026. Now, you know what I love about this one? This is by Deidre Smith. It's a Baltimore Oriole. She tells us it's a Baltimore Oriole. You know what I love about it? March is when they're starting to, get ready to nest. And this one is doing what? Looks like it's getting ready to build a nest.
Looks like nesting material,
Yeah.
Some cord or string or some type of straw.
Yeah. Isn't that great? Just live action photo. And springtime is all about getting ready to make that nest, build that nest. So congratulations, Deidre Smith. And April, oh my gosh, I love this. This is Ron Foltz with a rufous-vested towhee. And can you just hear the song, like looking at that?
Yeah, and that's one of the birds that makes a sound similar to its name, towhee.
Really?
Towhee.
Oh, that's nice. And is that a male?
That's a male.
Yeah, and I love the colors behind it, but it just looks like, And we love seasonal photographs, as we say, right, all the time. And doesn't this one just depict the springtime so beautifully?
Yeah. I want the flowers in my yard.
I know. A song in his heart. He's telling everyone, hey, I'm here. And give me some love. And he's just surrounded by all that pink. That's so nice. By Ron Foltz. Now this one really symbolizes, the springtime and what the babies and the bluebirds always get started. They have really big mating season. This is by Lynn Guthrie. This was our second place winner, and these are eastern bluebirds. And I think I did say Caroline Ross won first place, but I wanted to be sure to say that. But what do you think? Isn't this adorable?
I think it looks like an angry little teenager singing "Feed Me Now."
Doesn't it?
Yeah, I love it.
Just demanding the food,
exactly.
right? Like, what are you thinking, Dad? Give it up. I love that. And, Lynn told me she goes to this, it's literally like a bird resort where this man has just made all of this land available and he has just beautiful things out there for people to come there and take pictures of birds.
Well, that's nice.
How cool is that? Yeah, so she loves it, and we love her picture. So congratulations to her with second place and also with her picture in the calendar. Nice. Yep, you have to have. Who do you have to have? A ruby-throated hummingbird, and this is by Becky Kemp.
Yeah, and that's a pretty picture. I like the birds with it, catching it like that with their wings out.
I love about this, its little feet are on this petal, but it's hardly even like, how can it just stand there? It's so light. It's amazing, isn't it?
The bird does not weigh much at all.
Yeah.
It's just a little teeny thing, and the legs are very small because they don't use them except to just hold on to a perch at roosting time. Some people used to say, oh, they don't have legs because you wouldn't see them because they'd hold them in and they're always hovering, but no, they have legs.
Yes,
they're just
they
small.
do. And Becky really caught them. And, hummingbirds to me are just a beautiful part of the summer.
Yeah.
And I love, you always want to see the hummingbirds during the summer and in these photographs.
Now, I believe this one is a female. It's just looking at the throat, I don't know if it's an immature male, it's just out of the nest, but it's probably a female.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
And this one, I love that this shows the beauty of summer with these bright colors, the
Nice color
orange next to
combination.
the indigo bunting, and this was by Frances Miller.
Yeah.
But do you ever do that? I know you serve a lot of coals, but do you serve oranges and different grape jellies and things like that?
We put odds and ends out, because I have a
Okay.
feeder platform that we
Yeah.
put just odds and ends out every now and then, a little fruit, a little this, and I've even put a little popcorn out, and that's kind of, people do it on the strings and all, but there's never much left over. But if you could, I might put it out just to see what they do with it.
Certainly makes a beautiful photograph.
It does.
To just see this like bright orange up against that beautiful indigo bunting. So thank you, Frances Miller, for that beautiful July photograph. And please, if you're watching on Facebook or even on YouTube, please, let others know what you think about it. I hope you'll congratulate people for making it into this. It was really difficult to make the decision because we had so many great photos. So please interact with each other. If it's your photograph, please say, hey, that's my picture, and I'm so happy that I made it to the calendar. So we can keep on. We will go back to, I think we're at August, aren't we?
Somewhere.
There we are. Look at this August photo. And again, I talk about how birds are such a beautiful way to depict the seasons, and August is always so hot. So this is Connie Rathbun, and she takes a picture of an American robin and house sparrows, all just hanging out together.
And enjoying a communal bath area.
I know.
Having the water and sprinkling themselves and shaking off.
You always talk about how it's so important. It's not just important for them to drink, right?
That's right. They have to maintain clean feathers, and this is one of the ways they do that. They're always bathing. Besides, it helps remove parasites. They get in and soak themselves and shake everything off. It helps get mites and all off them and out of their feather layers. And it fluffs the feathers up so that, especially in the wintertime, they need baths. People forget about that. It keeps their feathers nice and clean and fluffy.
Yeah.
So
I love that picture of that robin, too. I just love robins. And congratulations to Kelly Loges. She won third place in our Cole's
Nice.
calendar contest, and her photograph of a pine warbler obviously made it into the calendar. I love that little picture.
Yeah. They're cute little birds.
They are adorable
And
little birds.
A lot of people look at them
yeah.
and not sure really what they are because is that a goldfinch or is that this or that something else? That's a pine warbler.
That one looks a little puffed up. Is he puffed up, or is that just
It's
how
a
they
little bit
look?
puffed up, yeah.
Yeah. Nice picture. And you got to love this for October. I love that branch. It is so perfect. This is by Kenny Fay of A Northern Mockingbird.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's a nice bird, and it makes a nice sound. You'll hear them all the
Boy,
time.
they
like
are the
they
most
call 'em.
brave birds that there are, I think. They will
Yeah.
come and attack you if you get close to their nest, and they will let
Yes, they
you
will.
have it. They are really tough birds. I love it. And again, we invite you to comment, say which ones you like, and congratulate people whose pictures
Mm-hmm.
made it into the calendar. That's all a part of going live on Facebook, and we'd love for you to interact. And Kelly, look, just like, yes, that's mine. Very good, Kelly. And so this one is by Robin Strickland, and a picture of a blue jay. I think this is our first blue jay that's made the calendar. Do you know, Richard?
Surely there's been another one, but I can't right offhand remember. But I like the picture because it's not just perfectly posed, just right. It's kind of almost like an action shot. It just landed. It's about to take off or about to fuss at something.
I
about to
know,
move.
I do. I love this one. I imagine it shaking. Like
Yeah.
it's just, it's just so vibrant and full of energy
And good
because
color.
this blue jay looks like he's going places, right? So congratulations, Robin Strickland. What a great photograph. And this one is so perfect for the holidays, don't you think?
Yeah.
This one is Tammy Groves of A Dark-Eyed Junco. And I know Alex Mitchell really thought this was he's our director, and he thought this was a perfect December picture for the holidays. Yeah, just looks like snow just landed on the beak.
Yeah. Those are nice birds. I don't see as many as I'd like to.
Yeah.
A few years back we'd see a little fewer now. But, maybe in a few more years we'll see more of them come down here in the wintertime.
Yeah, and I love the colors with the red right in front of all that gray. So pretty. And January 2027, everybody's out on the feeder enjoying a good food during the cold times. And this one is by Patricia Walengovich. And these are, let's see.
A wren, a titmouse, and a...
It's a snowy feeder, and it's just everybody. Yeah, it's just, I'm looking for the name, but really, it's just a lot of different birds just enjoying
It's
some
a house
food.
finch or house
Yeah,
sparrow. I think it's house finch and then titmouse and a wren.
good thing we have here, and everybody loves these seeds.
And this is one of the things where we had asked last year, especially, hey, everybody, take some pictures in the wintertime too.
Yeah.
The calendar goes through cold weather, so that was one of the pictures that was sent in for that, which is good.
Yeah. And Kelly, though, just tells us, I love November. I do too. I love that blue jay. And Robin Strickland, woohoo, thank you. This one is mine. Yeah, we're so glad you guys are watching.
Yeah,
and
congratulations, guys.
I think this calendar is so pretty. And we do have one more still to come. Which could that be? The cover.
Of course.
So here we go. You're going to see the cover. There it is. That is our 2026 photo contest calendar cover. This is of Eastern Bluebirds by Anita De Nicola. Yes,
Nice.
that is really, really nice. And, bluebirds they just make such great photographs. They're just like natural models, aren't they?
Yeah, and I like the fact that there's two birds, and they're not just one bird, here's a portrait. It's just like, they're almost like they're doing something. You think they're looking at each other, they're going to fly off, or they're waiting on an insect. You don't know what they're doing, but it's a little group.
You think they're both males?
Yes.
Yeah, and I love the fall colors. You see the changing leaves and everything. So congratulations, Anita. I know she'll be so excited about that, and she should be. So congratulations to all of you who made the calendar. It was very tough. Do not feel bad if your photograph made it to the semifinals, but not to the calendar. There's a lot of different criteria. We need a variety of birds and scenes and that kind of thing. So there really is a lot to
And so
take
many
in.
of them got admired by everybody who
yeah.
was looking at them and judging them, and looked at them and said, oh my God, and it made it very, very tough for them to decide.
Yeah, it is. Every year it's just tough to decide which ones go in, and there's so many different reasons why they'll pick certain ones. But let's move on, and probably at the end of this we'll show the semifinals, the video that shows all the different bird photos that made it to that. But let's talk about why you may not be seeing as many birds at your feeder. There's a lot to eat out there.
Yeah, I started talking about this so many years ago when it happened to me, and I didn't know what was going on, and I finally I call it fall slowdown. So I expected each fall, like I said, so much natural foods out there available. You don't think about it. It's like, oh, everything's died. Well, everything's available, all the seeds. And then you think about the insect population is abundant now. They have it all summer long to populate.
And these guys.
Everywhere.
They're
Spiders.
out there.
And all the other, still a lot of flying insects out there. And hummingbirds and all the other birds. There's a feast right there. That's what they eat. They don't just eat seeds and hummingbirds don't eat just nectar. Hummingbirds hawk insects out of the air, gnats and things all the time. Other birds are always eating insects as well as vegetation and seeds. So this is feast time for our wild birds, and unlucky time for the insects if they have to be around. But that's why you don't see as many birds at the feeders. Because there's so much natural food available for them at this time.
So these Joro spiders that we're seeing, this invasive species, they're everywhere. They're all over our house.
Yeah.
They're and they just pull down the web and they come right back. Are they making a difference? I mean, they're just everywhere, but they're also killing off a lot of things.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
hard to
know.
tell. Yeah,
and I know they're really irritating, and it's been.
Yes.
This is the third year we've seen them now. First year
Yeah.
was like, oh, what's this? And hiking through the woods, and you hit
Yeah.
a really
Oh, yeah.
stiff spider web. So then you freak out because there's monsters on you. But it's like they're not like to be bitten by one of them. They're
just a spider being on you.
It's just a spider,
It's
and
just
it gets on
grossing
you.
you out. And yes, their web is so
It's
tight.
and prolific.
Yes.
They're everywhere. I mean, we
Yes.
saw one down at the base of the hill behind our house, and
Yeah.
that was year before last. And then last year, they're all over the back hill. Now they're on a porch.
Oh, what are we going to do if it keeps getting worse?
I don't know.
Ugh.
It's probably going to change in a few years.
always
but
something.
Learn to live with it. I don't
Hopefully these birds will come along and eat them.
know. That happens. Birds don't recognize it as a food source. It's
Yeah.
not what they're used to. I would suspect that over some time, who knows how long, the birds will start saying, wait a minute, this is pretty tasty. And they'll start seeking them out and,
I hope
and
so.
catching them. Yeah.
I hope so. People may think I'm terrible to say that.
So if
but-
you don't have Joro spiders around your property, around your house, be thankful.
And they are invasive.
It's another instance of an invasive species that don't belong here, and now they're here, and we can't stop them for a while.
No, we can't. Let's hope the birds do.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a look at the hummingbird migration map. These hummers are leaving us, and I miss them. We have seen, we were seeing a lot of them at our feeders, and we're still like, yesterday and today we saw fewer, but we're still seeing a couple. How about you, Richard?
Same thing. I had, it's just tapered off really gently this year. And
Yeah.
sometimes you see a bunch and all of a sudden they're all gone kind of.
Yeah.
But this has been like, down 6, now I see 4 at a time, now 2 at a time, 1, and then I didn't see one for 2 days. I'm sure there's one a couple of them around, but I didn't. However, I was speaking to someone about their hummingbirds, who they live a little west of Atlanta, probably 15, 20 miles out of, I'm not in the urban area, but nice suburbs, but they live a little more in the country.
Yeah.
And they were saying, oh yeah, I'm down to 20 at a time.
Yeah.
I said, oh my goodness, yeah.
I know. I'm so
but-
jealous of those people that get to see a whole lot of them.
Yeah, and they're moving through, so the ones the 20 she saw the other day, most of those are probably gone the next day.
Yeah.
Filled in by more coming from the north
Yeah.
and stopping at her little filling station on the way south. They're all moving down there. And I'm sure there's
Yeah.
a lot less up north now.
Yeah.
And a lot more down towards Central America now. And we're just catching the remnants as they come through.
Wow, look at that map. You
And,
can really see them taking off.
I would suspect that here in the southeast and the Atlanta type area, and certainly much further south than us, you'll see onesie Tuesdays now until mid-October.
Yeah.
And maybe even as late as early November, unusual, but you'll see it every now and then.
Yeah.
But the bulk of it's probably moved through
Yeah.
here, and I'm sure most north of us is pretty much over with too.
Yeah.
But keep your feeders out. If you got 10 feeders out, fine. Put out 2 and leave them
Yeah.
all winter long, because there's some birds will be, ours moved out, there's some birds will be moving in to this area, the southeast especially, but not to discount all the way up the east coast.
Yeah.
Because they'll move out from the west. Instead of going south, they'll move east. And they will spend the winter in the southeastern states a lot.
Yeah.
They're not everywhere, but you'll see them. We used to get 5 or 10 reports a year, and there'd be a lot more than that. But we'd get them, and we'd go out there, and sure enough, people would have a rufous hummingbird from the west coast, and some black chins and some other western species would move into the southeast to spend the winter.
Yeah.
And they do fine, even in the snow here. They'd be fine. A couple days later,
Yeah.
they're right back at your feeders. So.
Yeah. Amazing. So
Keep
adaptive.
your feeders out in the
Yeah.
wintertime, and
I
change it every
know.
now and then.
Yeah.
And just keep your eye open. If it's a hummingbird there, it's unusual, but it's not something you got to do something about. Just you give them a little food.
Yeah.
They're there because that's where they decided to go.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
yeah,
So Lynn Guthrie asked the question, or she says, I'm excited. Her picture
Yeah.
made it in the calendar, and she won second place. And she's saying, thank you so much. How can we get copies of the calendar? And it's a great question, Lynn. We're glad you asked. Anyone whose picture got into the calendar will receive one.
Yes.
So as far as like where they will be on sale, just kind of stay in tune with our Facebook page and our website, and we'll let you know about that. But we are so grateful to all
Yeah.
of you whose pictures made the calendar. That is really something. And so, of
Yeah.
course, you'll be receiving one. And we're glad that you brought it up, Lynn. So also, let's talk about those fake spider webs that everyone says,
Yeah.
don't use that stuff
Yeah.
to decorate because birds can get hung in it. I would think hummingbirds worse than any of them.
Well, one thing about what it's for, the Halloween decoration, we're talking about that real fine
Yeah.
cottony looking stuff. There we
Yeah.
go. And that people spread around their bushes and all to look like spider webs. And it's really fine. It's interesting. It's not good for some animals, even mammals and small things like that. To get in there and get the stuff wrapped around them, it's hard to get off.
Yes.
Hummingbirds can be an issue. One of the fortunate things is, at least for most of the U.S. here, most of the hummingbirds are out of here by the time a lot of this stuff gets
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
But they could get tangled in it. They do get tangled up in real spider webs sometimes.
I'm sure they do, especially
And-
those Duro webs because they're so thick.
That's one of the concerns I have
Yeah.
going forward, because
Yeah.
in one of the spiders is a typical garden spider. Its web is strong enough to capture a hummingbird, and hummingbirds will wrap them up. The garden spiders will wrap up
Yeah.
a hummingbird,
Yeah.
and just like an insect. It's an
Yeah.
amazing thing. You
Yeah.
can't believe they're doing that, but it happens. Not too
That's
often, but we see
awful.
it. But these
Yeah.
things right here, they're not super dangerous. But I wouldn't use them.
I won't use
I would
it.
use the more net-looking like things. That
Yes,
have more
yeah.
heavy, thick string look
Yeah.
more like a real spider web strung
Yeah.
out, like a giant spider web, as opposed to the cottony stuff, because it does pose some dangers to
Yeah.
birds and mammals.
Yeah.
So it's hard to
And-
get back off the
And
bushes.
it's, yeah, and it's just messy. We
Yeah.
put it out one year,
Yeah.
and then taking it down was just awful.
Yeah.
It's just a big mess. So
Yeah.
I'm good with just skeletons and things like that out
Well,
there.
they make so many good things now, and you can go
Yeah.
out to get Halloween decorations. You can find the netting that looks like
Yeah.
big giant spider webs, and
Yeah.
it's from a safety standpoint for small
Yes.
mammals and birds. It's a lot safer to have those
Right.
than the fuzzy stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. And nobody has to have that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So, we talked about all of that. We have time to leave. Let's go really quickly, Alex, one more time, just through the pictures. We'll go quickly, and then we'll leave you with video of the semifinal, all the photos that made it into the semifinals. But
Great.
so this is our cover by Anita De Nicola,
Yeah.
and this is our first place and January photo by Caroline Ross, and February by Berlin Pullen, and this Baltimore Oriole by Deidre Smith for March, In April, Ron Foltz took this. And Lynn Guthrie, there's your picture. That took second place as well. And Becky Kemp with this ruby-throated hummingbird for June. The July picture is by Frances Miller. Our August photo, isn't that so pretty, is by Connie Rathbun. And this is Kelly Loges and her picture of a pine warbler, and that was third place in our Kohl's calendar contest. And then October by Kenny Fay. And November by Robin Strickland. And December, this is the Junco by Tammy Groves. And then January 2027 by Patricia Wallingevich. So there you have it, that beautiful calendar. I'm so excited about it. And like I said, everybody whose photo made it into the calendar will be receiving one.
Yeah. Be watching for your mail. You're going to get
Absolutely.
Get
It's
you
such
one,
a great thing to keep.
And,
And we're so glad you were here today, Richard.
Yeah,
Great
nice
to
to
have
be
you.
here. Yeah,
And Richard
yeah.
can always answer any of your birding questions. You just ask. He's the expert. He knows everything about birds.
Right.
And he will be here. I hope you're here next month for Facebook Live so you can answer the questions.
Right.
But if you do have a question anytime, just put it in our comments and Richard will get to you.
It's
when he
good to
gets
be
a
here.
minute.
It's
Yeah.
good to see this process and
Isn't
see the
it?
calendars. And I always get excited about the calendar thing, and everybody
Yeah.
puts it in. All the people who submitted great pictures that didn't quite make the cut for the calendar, boy, you're greatly appreciated, and they were all great pictures.
Yeah, thanks so much. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time, and we'll leave you with the video of the semifinalists.
Yeah. Hello, this is Richard Cole. I want to thank each of you for watching, and I want you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and don't forget to share it.